guys. Sorry that the bulletin's so late. We had a load of issues and they've all been fixed. The API was not downloading because it was asking for a captcha code, so it was requiring some human intervention before I was a robot. So that's a bit peculiar. And secondly, is that we had an issue with our spreadsheet that talks to MetaTrader 4, and it turns out that everything is fine. It's just hugely delayed. There was a big delay in in the import range function. What it does, it talks to the main spreadsheet, but if it errors, then it sometimes just takes a considerable time for it to refresh. And I was deleting it, then redoing it, expecting it to appear immediately. And of course, there was obviously like a queue on Google servers. It was going to come through, but you have to be patient with it. So what happened was that it errored. I would then redo it, and then it would just say error. But then, of course, it's just waiting. It's waiting for that data because there's a big queue. And so the signals are now okay. You've got to be patient. What I've learned going forward, if it says like an error, then it'll just have to give it a bit of time, delete it, and then refresh it, and then it might take like 5-10 minutes. And the API is now downloading okay. Thirdly, I suppose you could say, is that the FXCM demo account expires, so you will need to create a new demo account if you're using your trading station. But that's not really a problem. That was quite easy. Just had to re-add all my indicators, add the nice background, and then we're good to go. And lastly, I suppose the fourth thing is now I populated Marco's data into our spreadsheet, so it's now current. So you're looking for red versus green basically. So you see dollar's got a fairly decent score. You see, so you want to match that against that, and that's it. So fingers crossed the signals are going to come through. Like automatically, like they were doing, and that they should be. There's no reason why not. And then we can come back to our analysis. So we'll just be quick on this because I wouldn't mind just maybe just put my feet up and having a cup of coffee. And so basically the DAX is made a sell, so we can make a box on a DAX. We've got resistance zone. It's a little bit quicker now. We've got the new FXCM trading station update, and before it was lagging out a little bit. We can make a box up here. This is a little bit faster now, a bit more responsive. So this is currently a resistance zone for the fact that they've gone long, or shall I say less shorts. This is probably a bit of a stop hunt. There's a double bottom here, and then which obviously they got caught and be pumped. So it's quite obvious. Should be. I think the big pockets would have noticed that, and they're probably thinking, "Oh, that looks like a good trap." And look, we actually hit it dead on there. That's quite freaky. And we pumped. So this is possibly a stop hunt, but we have created a zone above. Right, so that's DAX. I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be nice and smooth. It was completely chaotic today. US 30. And we're going sideways. There isn't anything to be said there, but we can create a zone here, support zone. See if we tested it. We wicked into it. See how they sold it. And they sold it here too, so we pumped. And possibly going to make a sell, but we haven't got the crossover yet. So be careful. S&P. And we are crossing it over, but I think they're selling it, and it makes sense they would, because you probably wouldn't want to be buying up here. You'd want to be selling it, and it depends what happens, doesn't it? I think this might follow DAX potentially, because DAX made a sell, didn't it? And we can maybe create a zone above, and then gold. Gold is bonkers. I didn't realize how heavy it was on Friday. So we made a clear zone. So it's pretty volatile stuff going on. So this is a punishment zone. Oops, I didn't quite map it correctly. I wonder if I press escape on it. No, that didn't work either. But you get the idea. It actually, yeah, that's fine. It's that candle there. But you get the idea. The fact that they've gone long, so price had to fall to punish them, and there had to be someone to take the other side of that trade. So if they're going to buy it up here, there's an entity that has to match that trade. It's an exchange. So if someone comes with $100 million bet, someone has to counter that bet. It's just like an exchange, isn't it? It's like it's a transaction. I give you one potato, you give me another potato. It's just that. It's a like for like exchange. So if they buy it, then it's going to fall. Right. So we are now into sell territory because we're above 50%. So just to say is that all the issues have been addressed, have been fixed. A bit of patience from me, and also thank you for your patience as well. And I will be monitoring the API today because it did require me to do some capture, like to prove that I wasn't a robot. But it does need to be automatic, so we don't want that capture to be a regular occurrence on our API. All right, so I'm going to monitor that today. Wish you a good day, trade safely, and I'll speak to you soon.